This is Renee Collins, and welcome to Overtones. This is called the Singing Between the Lines edition on WLXU 93.9 Lexington Community Radio. And I am Renee Collins, your host, and I'm joined by, each and every week, the beautiful and talented Whitney Acke. Let's say hello to Whitney Acke.
Hey, guys.
And we have just listened to the fabulous sounds of Lexington's Brother Smith, who open our show each and every week with their hit song, Happy Tune. And wow, do we have a lot to be happy about today, right, Whitney?
That's right.
And this is for our edition, like I said, of Overtones Singing Between the Lines. And this show will not only showcase the talent of these incredible Lexington musicians, but also explore the songwriting process that goes into the artistic effort of placing words on paper and notes on a staff. So Whitney and I are pleased to welcome to the show, and everybody can get a round of applause here. First of all, Michael Tyree, Donnie Bowling, Coleman Saunders, and Eric Bolander. And not only are they all individual performers, but there are some interesting connections in this room today as well, are there not? And to talk about that, as if the show wasn't already great already, we have Lexington Community Radio Program Director Mary Clark in the studio today to address this great musical intersection of skills, talent, and friendship. Let's welcome Mary Clark to Overtones. Mary, we are so glad you're here. How are all of you all connected in the room today?
Well, my longest connection is actually with Bolander over here, and he was my high school art teacher. So
amazing.
We go, I guess I can say way back now. It's been like a decade. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. I don't want to date you there.
Like 2 years ago.
But interestingly enough, if it weren't for Bolander, Michael and I wouldn't have met, because we met at the first Bluegrass Brunch that Bolander put on. And through Michael, I've met Coleman and Donnie, and it's a nice big circle that kind of happened.
Mary, tell us about your background in the arts and radio and your life in general as all of these things kind of in components of your life all come together.
Well, I've been involved in the arts since I was really young. I started playing piano when I was probably 6 or 7, and I was classically trained there. But I was also a dancer for a big chunk of my life until I had to have knee surgery. But really, I've been in radio for years and years and years, sort of. My dad's very involved with WRFL, and I just grew up there, and it was kind of strange growing up in a college radio station because, you know, people write cuss words all over the walls and Sharpie and stuff. So as a kid, being exposed to that was a little bit strange, but it really shaped me. And I read my first public service announcement on the air when I was 12 years old, and my dad always lectured me about having a good radio voice. And all
Well, you
that
do
good
have a
stuff.
good radio voice.
Thank you.
Your dad's name is
John Clark.
from WRFL,
Mhm.
and I understand he's also a professor.
Yeah,
at
he's a
UK.
professor in Media Arts and Studies, which was formerly called Telecommunications, but I guess they wanted to make the name sound a little bit more appealing or something like that. But I ended up being the music director at WRFL for a few years, and after I graduated, naturally just progressed on to being program director here.
Well, tell us about the mission here at Lexington Community Radio.
The overarching mission of the station is to really be everything that's not on the mainstream. And that doesn't mean with music necessarily, but sort of looking at who's represented with mainstream radio and who's not represented with mainstream radio. And we take in all those demographics that don't really get a voice, not on radio necessarily, but also television, news, all sorts of media. So that could be, you know, because of race. That could be musicians who haven't, quote unquote, made it yet. All sorts of demographics, religion. And we really just want to connect the community and make everybody feel important and like their stories really matter, no matter what the story is about.
Well, it is really wonderful to be a part of Lexington Community Radio, right, Whitney?
Oh, absolutely.
So, Mary, what are you like and what are you noticing about the Lexington music scene right now?
Overall, I think people are very supportive within their own specific areas. I think there's kind of little cliques around Lexington, and within those cliques, people are really great. And I guess the dream is to bring all those cliques together or otherwise remove the cliques entirely. But I think there's just so much talent in this town and so much talent that people don't really know exists because people need an outlet to get it out there for people to recognize it. And
Yeah. And Whitney, what do you have to add to that?
I think Mary's right on that. I do see some clicks. I think that the majority of the Lexington or Central Kentucky music scene does want some type of unity. I'm not exactly sure what's keeping that from happening, but we do see a lot of people collaborating more, which is very encouraging, different genres, and I think the overall spirit is pretty good right now, so I'm really excited about it.
I am too, and we're so thankful you are here today, and you have someone joining you that's very special to you in your life, right?
yeah, I guess you could say that.
So join me and Mary in welcoming Michael Tyree to Overtones. And Michael, we're going to ask you to sing one of your originals to take us into our first break. And what are you going to sing for us today? And what is the story behind that song?
Well, the story behind it is the song is called New Mexico, and my mom's from New Mexico, and I always feel like she's homesick since she lives here, and so I wrote it for her, and she's never heard it, so maybe one day I'll play it for her.
Well, maybe we'll play for her right now.
Yeah.
Here is Michael Tyree on Overtones.
Breathe again.
That was a great job, Michael. And we will be back after the break. And we are back. You are listening to WLXU 93.9 FM, Lexington Community Radio, and you've been listening to the sounds of Michael Tyree. Let's give Michael a round of applause. Okay, you're from Lexington and did a little stint in Nashville. And what's your musical journey been like here in Lexington?
Well, it started really young, actually. I got involved in orchestra in 4th grade playing the viola. And I had a fantastic music teacher. His name's Ned Farrar. I think he used to play with the Lexington Philharmonic.
Yes, you're right.
And I owe everything to him. And, you know, I played in orchestra for a little while, and one day, I don't know why, but my dad brought home a Van Halen CD and said, "Hey, do you want to listen to this?" And I said, "Sure." I played it through about 3 times front to back. Went up to my dad and says, "I need an electric guitar." So he goes, "Well, maybe for Christmas." For Christmas that year, I got a little cheap Walmart first stacked guitar, and
The rest was history.
I've been playing it ever since.
Well, wonderful. Well, how would you describe your songwriting process? Do the words or do the music come to you first?
It varies. Sometimes words come to me, sometimes music does. I'm not one to sit down and work out a song. Once a week, I kind of sit and play guitar, and if something comes naturally, I let it flow. If not, I don't like to force things. I used to do that, and the result wasn't very good.
So patience, right?
Patience.
So you've been working on a CD or EP? What do we call those things these days?
You know, I think it depends on the length of
Okay.
how many songs you put.
Which one are you working on?
I don't know. I haven't decided how many songs I'm going to use. But I am working on some form of listenable, CD. And right now I'm just kind of picking and choosing which songs I want to use. I think I want to write one more, and then I'm going to get in the studio and see how that works out.
And like I said, what's just so interesting to me is how everybody in this musical community kind of chips in and helps everybody with all of their efforts in making CDs and EPs. Would you agree?
Yeah.
So where can we find some samples of your music?
You can find some samples at www.michaeltyreemusic.com. I'm also available on all other forms of social media.
Okay, wonderful. Well, what are you going to sing for us next?
Well, we talked about Nashville, and I think you've heard this one before, but I'll play it again, and it's the song that I always start with. This is the song I wrote when I was living in the bed of a truck.
I love stories like that. Do you?
It's going to be great. I can tell already.
We'll have Michael Tyree with another wonderful song on Overtones.
The song's called See You on the Other Side. What's calling your name again? Tell you it's time to go. New direction, new times, new winds blowing. Go on and hit the road. Oh, I can't let it pass, 'cause no one can live the life you have. Go on and make other side. Yeah. Fell asleep to a train engines rolling, singing a cowboy song. If I don't make it by the morning, I'm already gone. I've seen a big old city without my friends, out my family, living lonesome, searching for the place I wanna be. Maybe I find myself, learn how to settle down. But for now, I'm still leaving this letter. Says see you on the other side. Yeah. Thank you.
That was Michael Tyree on Overtones, and we will be back after this break.
Fall asleep tonight, raise my flag again, holding on to the light of another day for you, waiting out my time of love's new game. What will I find? Someone who sees the fire still lives inside of me. I'll live to fight again. These bones, they won't break easily. I know it's out there waiting for me. Another day goes by. You seem silent for days and days. I'll see if I can last the night. Your indecision, my will to fight is strong. I'll live to fight again. These bones, they don't break easily. It's out there waiting for me. Another day goes by. Another day goes by. Another day goes by. Another day goes by. My will to fight. Your indecisions, my will to fight. Your indecisions, my will to fight is strong.
And we are back from the break, and you've just listened to the musical artistry of Lexington's Donnie Bowling on WLXU 93.9 Lexington Community Radio. And let's all welcome Donnie to the show.
Yeah, all right.
Whitney, you are among your many talents. You also offer kind of a position of local leadership here for aspiring songwriters. And tell us what you do with the local chapter of the, what is it called?
It's NSAI, so it's Nashville Songwriters Association International, and I'm one of the co-coordinators for the Lexington chapter. So basically we get together once a month and we workshop songs and we try to learn a little bit from each other and do little lessons. It's kind of like for songwriting nerds. I mean, I love it. It's amazing. But yeah, so that's every third Monday at Willis Music, 6 p.m.
And on top of that, she also offers a wonderful platform for songwriters in the Twisted Cork Songwriters in the Round. And I know if any of you all have experienced that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We're just so thankful for the work you do.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to invite you now to talk to Donnie about his musical journey and what he contributes to the musical scene here in Lexington.
Hey, Donnie. How are you?
Hey, all right.
Hey. Listen, Donnie and I have talked a little bit off radio about the songwriting process. And when Michael was talking, I just thought of something. I believe, I may be lying, but I believe that you told me, do you write a song every day?
I try to.
Wow.
Yeah. At least an idea, and then I'll elaborate later. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. And so writers are like that, you know, sometimes they have to wait. Like Michael says, he wants the song kind of to write itself. He doesn't want to sit down, but
Well, Michael's more complex than I am, though. You know, he's got a lot of parts in his songs. Mine are pretty simple, so.
I don't know about that. That was an amazing song. So who do you musically draw your influence for writing from?
Oh God, I don't even know, to tell you the truth. Like who I like and who I sound like. People that I like, you know, of course, are great songwriters like Neil Young and such, but I clearly don't sound nothing like that. I think Coleman even told me one day, he's like, dude, you're stuck in the 90s. So I was like, man, it must be what I listened to growing up, you know. It was the free radio, and I kept hearing those songs, and eventually I guess it just came into my mind, and I just can't get it out now.
I'm stuck in the 90s, too, and I have no
Yeah.
excuse for that.
Well, I like what you're doing, so if that's stuck in the 90s, I think it's working for you.
Thanks.
So you have 2 CDs that are coming out. Is that correct? Are you putting out 2
I got
CDs?
2 EPs, yeah.
Okay, 2 EPs.
One of them's kind of like a fun one, you know. They're both going to be free, so one's kind of fun and one's kind of serious, so we'll see how that turns out.
I think Donnie's an overachiever. What do you
I do, too. I was just wondering if 2 EPs make a CD. That's my mathematical equation that I'm going into my mind.
Mike, what's the math on that?
I think they are what you call them.
EP's
I
like
agree.
5 or 6, and then like the extended.
Yeah, if you're gonna do that, then I'd say then you got a CD on your hands.
All right.
Yeah.
Double CD. We're going right to the
Well, you
greatest
talked
hits.
him right into it, Whitney.
And I love, like, I know that all songwriters can't do this, and I'm in no way shaming those who cannot. But I love that Donnie is offering these for free to his fans and to people who want to hear. And I encourage, if songwriters are able to do that. You're not always financially able to do that, but that's a great way to share your music. And it really makes me feel like you're doing this because you love it.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, so you're a nurse by day.
Yep.
Yes.
So tell us.
Nurse by night.
Nurse by night.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
night nurse.
Yes, he's going to work right after this
That's
recording.
amazing. So are you ever able to use your writing in that field?
Well, I mean, I clearly play too loud to be playing at nighttime, wake those people up. But, I mean, I talk to a lot of patients about music. That's how I relate to people, you know. So sometimes they see I have long hair and a beard. They're like, are you in a band? I was like, I want to be.
I
They're
think
like,
Donnie could maybe win Best Hair in Lexington. If that
I
was an
think
award.
so.
Oh, don't even start.
Angie Bevins won for the female category.
Right, I'm
It's what I
pretty sure.
understand.
We love Angie, but I'm pretty sure
Well,
Donnie would be.
I'm
good.
coming
Let's start
for
a
you, Angie.
campaign. We'll start a campaign.
Yeah.
And Donnie, what are you going to sing for us next?
Oh, this next song I actually wrote a couple days ago. Well, about a week, I'd say. It's I wrote it whenever it was raining so much in Lexington, and it was cold one day, then raining one day, and then cold the next day. So it kind of put me in a mood, and I guess this is kind of what came from it. So this song is called, let's see what it's called now, A Better Life. And it's kind of about like this concept thought of going somewhere else and maybe starting over. But then this is kind of the message you get from it. So
Well, we are so glad to have you. This is Donnie Bowling on Overtones.
our breath is freezing in the air as we try to speak. When it rains around here, it rains for weeks. And if anyone that you know has a better place in mind, let me know. We could go there to find someone else's life. Batten down the hatches you stole away, it could take a year. Who's at the helm right now? Can we trust them to steer? Broken rudders, we can't seem to make the turn. It's not the first time that we failed, it's time to learn. We could fix this if we tried to build a better life. Build a better life. No, a better life. We can't keep faking this. We've gotta try to build a better, no, a better life. We could fix this if we tried. We could fix this if we tried. We could fix this if we tried. We could fix this if we tried to build a better life. Thank you.
And that was Donnie Bowling on Overtones, and we will be back for much more in Lexington Musicians and Songwriters after the break.
Spinning out, I can't quite get my bearings, falling down. I'm getting nauseous and I'm blacking out. What could be wrong with me? Vertigo, they diagnosed me with the vertigo. It's incapacitating vertigo. I don't think I'm okay. Vertigo, I'd rather have the gout or polio. The rider in a rodeo, please make this go away. Please excuse me, this is something I would never choose. Feel like my head is in a centrifuge. It's starting up again. Vertigo, I've got a nasty case of vertigo. It's so disorienting vertigo, a vicious malady. Vertigo, I'd rather have a giant kidney stone. So tired of suffering from this stick a fork in me.
Wow, that was fantastic. So we are back, and you are listening to Overtones on WLXU 93.9 FM Lexington Community Radio. And we've just had a lot of fun from Lexington musician and videographer here in town, Coleman Saunders. And you also have a friend that's with you.
Yeah, this is my best friend of all time, AJ Madden.
Hello.
Hi, best friend of all time.
What's up?
Yeah, and we've been playing music together for years, and we got a new little musical project we started, so figured this would be a good place to kick it off.
Well, it sure is, and we are so glad you're here. Let's have a round of applause for Coleman and AJ. So, Whitney, you are a big fan of Coleman Saunders, right?
Yeah, you all have no idea how much I love Coleman.
I love him.
I think I've heard rumors.
friendly, platonic way. Coleman and I used to hang out in my living room at my house when we had no gigs to play and no one had a clue that we were even musicians in any kind of way. So we have a lot of life history that we went through together. And and I love him so much. And I love that he is doing something with AJ because their brotherly love just like shines through. Did you all see that? Like this room was like magic for a second there. It was amazing. So tell me, because I haven't talked to you in a bit, why getting back into the performing thing?
It's like if you don't do it for a while, you feel lost. Like you got to get up there and play. And I mean, I have many ways of expressing creativity, but that is one I haven't been doing for a while. I've been more behind the scenes producing over the years, but actually playing something that I really want to get back into. I don't necessarily want to sing very much. That's why I sing backup and let him do the singing because I like the way he sings.
Yeah,
So.
it's a great partnership. I mean, immediately you can feel it. Coleman's resume is incredible. If you haven't heard of him, he has done many wonderful things. I'm personally so excited to see him performing, especially with AJ. So, are you all writing for this new band? Is this like
Always writing, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've always been writing ever since. It's how we met, actually. He was dating one of my best friends, and she brought him over, and I actually didn't like AJ in high school. We didn't get along, so I was like, "You're dating that guy?" And she brought him over, and she's like, "You'll like him. He likes music." And so he came over, and we sat on my couch. I didn't know really what to say to him, so I started playing guitar, and we started like harmonizing right off the bat, and it was just like from then on, just like besties.
That's incredible. So a little birdie told us that you may or may not have chosen your new band name on the way to the studio today.
On the way here.
Are we going to have a big reveal today?
Should you? Or are you not ready to commit?
Sure. No, that's fine. Called Big South Sleep.
Big South Sleep.
I like it.
Love it.
South Sleep. Yeah, I mean, we had a list going, and we were like, I don't know what to do. We were trying to conjure up names from the past that we thought of, and he just texted me that right before he come over, and I was like, I like it, because Big South Fork is a place where we go camping a lot, and that's where we love to camp there.
No better place to rejuvenate the soul.
Yeah, it's just
That
beautiful
is
down there,
incredible.
so.
Choosing a band name's kind of like choosing like
weird.
a name for your child.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like you're the parents now of this band, and you're like, well, do you like this one? And one will veto it, or maybe.
Yep.
So it's awesome when that moment comes, and you're both like, that's it.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
incredible.
That's just wonderful. And Coleman is also the videographer and producer of the favorite video of mine, of the favorite song of mine, Happy Tune, which opens our show up every
it's
week.
amazing.
Yeah, Brother Smith, they're amazing. Like, probably my favorite band around here for sure.
They're so much fun.
Well, you've done a great job of bringing their music to great life
Thank
for
you.
all of us to enjoy as well.
They have a lot of life to give and a lot of talent to show. So it was a tall order to make it just rise to that level, but with the imagery. So
We're so glad to have both of you with us. What are you going to sing for us next?
what is this song called?
Song called Home.
Yeah, a song called Home.
Okay, wonderful.
We
This
just decided
is
to play this
Coleman and AJ. And what is the official name again?
Big South Sleep.
Okay, the premiere performance, right, of the band. Thank you so much for being with us here today.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us. and I don't know where to go. I'll find my way back home. When I'm tossed and thrown and find myself alone, I'll make my way back home. If I fall by foe that I cannot overthrow, I'll set my course for home. When I'm pulled below by incessant undertow, I'll fight my way back home. When I'm heartsick, when I'm overcome, I need to get back to the place that I come from. When I'm desperate and under the gun, I have to get back to the place that I come from. When I've missed my goals and no one will console, I'll find some love back home. Whether stick or stone has broken all my bones, I'll mend myself back home. When my cover's blown and the world can't see my soul, I'll fight my way back home. When I've been disowned by everyone I've known, I'll find some friends back home. When I'm heartsick, when I'm overcome, I need to get back to the place that I come from. When I'm desperate and under the gun, I'd have to get back to the place that I come from. When I'm heartsick, when I'm overcome, I need to get back to the place that I come from. When I'm desperate and under the gun, I have to get back to the place that I come from.
Wonderful. Thank you all for being with us. We will be back after these messages.
Why don't the wind blow me away? Why don't the wind blow me down? Tried and tested, but along the way to know if I'm resting, but I'm here to stay. Yeah. Why don't the wind blow me away? Why don't the wind blow me down? I can't see past all the trees. Why don't this wind blow me away? Oh, blow me away. 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 Yeah. Why don't the wind blow me away? Why don't the wind blow me down? You seem so invested until today. You won uncontested, but I'm here to stay. Yeah. Why don't the wind blow me away? Why don't the wind blow me down? Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone, to Overtones on WLXU 93.9 Lexington Community Radio. And you've just listened to the sounds of Lexington singer and songwriter and Henry Clay High School teacher, right?
That's right.
Eric Bolander. Let's welcome Eric to the show.
Thank you.
I saw a great post this morning on Facebook from David Napier of the Driftwood Gypsies. And a simple request that said this, that now that sports ball is over, how about we get out and support those local artists? And who's with me? And I think we can all say that we're all with him, right? Oh, yeah. So I can't think of any better thing to do right here and right now than get out and support local artists, and many of you that are in the audience with us today. Eric, what does it mean to you as a local musician to see local support at your performances?
I mean, it means the world. You know, your family is strong as everyone that's in the same household. You know, so I feel as though Lexington has a really strong music scene in terms of all genres, and I think a lot of people have a lot of crossover. And I've met the majority of the people that I'm close to and really close friends with that I've met in Lexington are musicians or music appreciators, part of radio or some form of connection with venues or the musicians themselves.
Yeah, I agree with you. And as an educator in the arts, what does it mean when one of your students, like Lexington Community Radio's Mary Clark, thrives in a position that allows her to carry on the legacy that you put forth in teaching your students?
Well, I mean, I don't want to give her a big head or anything, but you know, I'm really
You're
proud
a big
of her.
fan.
I'm
Yes.
really proud of her. It's great. I love that. I have several students out there that have done the arts or pursued music, and I actually coached and taught Michael Tyree's little brother. And Michael had art with Mr. Sanford, I believe, or Miss Dawson, maybe, at Henry Clay High School. So I think it was my first or second year teaching. It was a senior year, so I didn't get an opportunity to teach him. But knowing that, you know, kids delve into it and appreciate it and love it as much, or if not more than I do, and having the visual arts background and the music singer-songwriter background, they collide so much in a great way. So seeing kids, you know, Mary danced a lot too, you know, and that's just as much part of the arts as, you know, anything that we're doing.
Well, wonderful. We're so glad you're here with us today.
Thank you very
took
much.
time out
Thanks
of
for
your
having us
teaching
out here.
schedule to be with us here. So, what are you going to sing for us next?
I'm going to sing a new song called Ghost.
Okay. This is Eric Bolander on Overtones.
Heavy load on my mind, letting go one more time. I can't see it behind my back. Can't believe it as I unpack. And now this ghost behind my wall, it won't let go of me running down. Now this ghost behind my wall won't let go of me running down the hall. A heavy load on my mind, letting go one more time. Thank you.
Thank all of you all for being with us here today. As we bring this introspective and inspiring and intriguing show of Overtones, Singing Between the Lines, I would like to share with you a quote that I found this morning by Blaise Pascal, who said, "It's not those that write the laws that have the greatest impact on society, it's those who write the songs." Isn't that a beautiful thought? And it's most profound, and many of you all know me to find my inspiration to practice music while I was growing up to be Barry Manilow, so I find another quote that I feel most relevant. Don't judge. And he wrote a song called I Write the Songs. It said, "I've been alive forever, and I wrote the very first songs. I put the words and the melodies together. I am music, and I write the songs." And to Mary Clark, Michael Tyree, Donnie Bowling, Coleman, Saunders, Eric Bolander, and Whitney. Whitney and I would both like to thank all of you all for being our guests and songwriters, for putting those words and the melodies together. And you all can thank me for putting that song in your head now for probably the entire weekend. Next week, we have Becky Alfrey, Travis Kern, and Joanna James returning. It's going to be a really great time. So this is Renee Collins reminding you that when words fail, music speaks. Have a wonderful week filled with music from local artists, hopefully. Goodbye, everyone.
Because I found a way to break free. Feels like I can't up and get away. 'Cause when you're strapped for cash, you got nowhere to be. And you go, and you go, and you go, and you go, go, go. Go, go, go. Till you run out of soul. Don't know what to do. Child, don't go worrying your life away. Will you smile a while and sing your happy tune? Go and love your brother, take care of your sister, pay your missing Mr. Dude. Go and love your brother, take care of your sister, together we can make it through. Sun is shining bright this afternoon. Let the light defeat the moon all day. Night is falling also very soon. So while we can, let's all go out and play. And you go, and you go, and you go, and you go, go, go. Go, go, go. Till you run out of soul. Don't know what to do. Child, don't go worrying your life away. We'll just smile wide and sing your happy tune. Go and love your brother, take care of your sister, pay your missing Mr. Dude. Go and love your brother, take care of your sister, together we can make it through. And you go, and you go, go, go. Go, go, go. Till you run out of soul. Run out of soul, know what to do. Child, don't go worrying your life away. Will you smile wide and sing your happy tune?